Down in the bowels of South Texas, where cattle outnumber cars, and being different is a good way to get yourself shot. There's one man who's not afraid to take a chance by doing something a little unusual.
We do not fit in. My pink hair, his goatee, his tats, we are very disruptive, but we are making a statement.
In Edna, Texas, who would ever thought you'd see a goatee tattoo guy driving a slam dually doing custom caskets?
With his pet monkey, his wife, and a ragtag crew, Trey has given up a prosperous business building custom cars to go all in on a radical career change.
My whole life is at stake for this. I left the car industry at the top of my game and making great income. I dove into something that no one has ever tried.
He's got a simple plan: revolutionize an industry that hasn't seen change in 100 years.
Our biggest struggle is the funeral industry. You know, it's been, this is a set way, you walk in, this is what you get. That's not my vision. And I started going, okay, let's see how I can do a casket that's gonna make somebody go, oh. Okay, this is what I want.
Okay guys, this casket is for Percy Sledge. The hitch is we have to have it in Baton Rouge in 36 hours. Next stop, Baton Rouge.
You know, what Trey was doing in the car world was accepted. What we're doing now in the funeral world is not accepted.
I mean, I'm fighting every day to get our product in a funeral home, and they are not ready to accept change.
They're scared. We're not the norm.
You know, we're either gonna sink or we're gonna swim.
Death is his chosen profession. But the question remains, can Trey make a living off of changing the way we look at dying?
When you walk into a funeral home, all you see is a black casket, a red casket, a white casket. It's death. But when you come to Trey Ganem Designs, when you walk in, you see reflections of life. And when people see that, they get a smile on their face. Who gets a smile on their face when they walk into a funeral home? Nobody. But I'm gonna change that.
Robert Greenberg believes the history of America is being paved over every day.
What's happening across America is that developers are destroying any evidence that was left from the society and people before them.
So he's traveling across America, collecting the vanishing evidence of our past to build his own museum of our country's history, told one city at a time.
People need to know who they are and where they came from. This is who you are. This is your DNA. 50 feet back and over to the right, this was certainly a colonial house. These things in this pit are an entire snapshot of life in the mid-18 to late 1800s. Urban archaeology is almost like a strike team. It's almost like the Navy SEALs of extraction. You're in the middle of an urban environment, and so you really have to get in there very quickly and extract the artifacts and not leave much evidence that you were there. Look at this. That's exactly what we're looking for here. That's evidence of life right here, man.
Robert's two sidekicks are fifth-generation carnival workers, Freddie and Rocco Gallipoli.
I always wish I can see the world the way it was before it was industrialized and what it is today. Like, what did the city look like 100 years ago? When I'm out there on some of these sites, it's weird. It's like I have this psychic ability to know where things are, and the artifacts talk to me.
Whoa, what do we got there?
Looks like something good.
Rocco, that's a Civil War sword. Now you got me all jacked up.
Oh yeah.
While Robert's the expert and Rocco is the natural, Freddie's skills are a little more down to earth.
I'm more of the digger, the finder. I just want to be the mule. I want to be in the hole, finding things. Yeah, look what here we go, here we go.
What we do requires a lot of detective work. That detective work will be public libraries all the way to things online. You really have to study the area. So we rely a lot on investigation. We combine old maps with modern technology like Google Earth, and that gives me the ability to see visually what happened somewhere. It gives us that bridge of the old world and the new world. We have to dig right inside.
Yeah, my next hole is that blue car.
That's right over here.
These three men are chasing down the lost history of America. And they're finding it everywhere.
Why does this barge have to leave here?
Well, it's basically economic reasons.
You're going to just fill in this land and it never pretty much existed here.
Right.
I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to get Rocco and Freddie here, and they're going to go crazy. They're going to love this.
What's going on?
You're going to love this, man. This is Lisa Fitch. She owns the marina, and she's allowing us to dig on this historic barge site. So this is going to be really cool. This barge was on the river in New York City, on the East River. It was approximately from 1840s. Now what's happening to this? What do we got going on here?
Well, at this point, I think that it's the only one in existence in the United States.
The last one. This is the last oyster barge in America.
Correct. Anything to save it, to preserve it, to bring the historic essence of that era.
Saving the building requires Robert to prove the historical significance of the barge itself. He believes that evidence is buried all around it, so he calls in the heavy machinery.
Dirt's not old enough yet. We need to get deeper. And the nastier it smells, the better off it is. Yeah, that's what we want. You smell that? Look at that mud. There we go.
History is all around us. These guys just know where to look.
These are the forms that built an entire country.
They will go anywhere. They will do anything. And they're not afraid of breaking the rules if they have to.
There's 2 cop cars out front.
Rocco, let's get out of here, man. Let's get out of here. We got cops outside. A fucking cannonball!
Because the history of America is on the line.
We got to get these things out of here. We got to save these things. People are forgetting. And if they're going to forget, they lose that pride level of what this country was about and how it was founded. Obviously, we need to save the history for future generations. Period.
Robert, Freddie, and Rocco.
Look at this. What do you got there? Look at this. You got a gun?
Are chasing history.